All right, so now I kind of want to go back, not go back, but I want to go back and speak about Oklahoma, right? But in 2023. And it's kind of full circle for you because you said earlier Venables was the one who recruited you.
Yeah.
And now he's back as head coach. One, just where you feel the state of Oklahoma football is right now.
Yeah.
And now how do you feel that they're transitioning now into the SEC?
Going to play with them big boys.
Yeah.
Man, I feel really good having Brent Venables leading this team, the university at this time in college football history. I think teams that are tough, that are defense focused, defense minded teams are the teams that will be the most successful from now until history. But with BV, man, I just knowing him, knowing his passion, knowing what he's about, knowing his level of detail and focus and what he's going to want to demand from the guys, I was ridiculously happy to that Joe Castiglione hired him.
Yeah.
And so going into the SEC, I wouldn't want to go in there with anybody else. You have to have somebody who understands defense and who understands really pushing the team, because I know the workouts today are not the workouts that we had back in the day.
Right.
But I know you can push guys and put pressure on guys in a way that is going to make the game easier, And so I remember, going through all of our off-season training and what training camp was for us, and it made us playing on Saturdays cake. It was just fun. That was the bonus, actually. And so I'm pretty sure, and from what I've heard and seen some, they go through it. Like he puts them through it, bro, and he makes sure that they're ready to play on Saturdays. And if anything, they're gonna play with their ears pinned back and the hair on fire. So
you feel like Oklahoma is set, ready to go, and the transition won't be as drastic as people may think, because you're leaving one conference and like anything else, you build your teams according to the people that you're going to play within that conferse.
Right.
And now you're headed into a different beast. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're heading into a different beast. And maybe you may say that the SEC is kind of top heavy. Of course, you have your Georgias and your Alabamas and your Tennessees and stuff like that. But you have a good feeling that the leadership that's on this Oklahoma football team right now, they're poised to have a good running in the SEC. It won't look like little, like you won't little me.
Little kid, yeah.
You won't you don't feel like Oklahoma's gonna be little broed.
Not little bro, yeah. Not little. Week to week, it's not going to be 40-10.
Right.
No. I think, and to me, with what we got returned on defense and the way coach has built the defense and continue to recruit and bring kids in through the portal is inside out, defense line, offensive line out. And I'm like, that's championship ball. Like if you're going to be in the SEC, in between the lines, the trenches. You must be stout. Like you don't have a choice, or you will get ran out. And I think we've done a great job of putting guys in there that are stout.
Do you think college football is ruined? Like, do you think with the new way of the NIL, the portal, and how guys can jump in and jump out and just transfer at the drop of a dime? Like, do you think? Because when we came up, it was a little bit more controlled, and I like the fact that players are getting paid. I do like that fact.
Yep.
But I think the NCAA for so long tried to keep it in their favor that when it flipped, it went so far left. Right? It was like a huge overcorrection.
Right.
Right.
It was a dam.
Right. Yeah, and it broke.
It broke completely.
And so do you
everything at once.
Like is college football ruined? Like the days of like being able to really see college football and see guys, because you may go in September and see a squad, and that squad look completely different in January.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did that ruin college football? Did it enhance college? Like, where do you feel with the NIL and the portal and all that?
I love the NIL, of course. Like, I love guys getting paid, but I also love the fact that kids can have a freshman year, be freshman All-American, and say, you know what, I'm gonna go hit the market, because I'm going to see what I can get, like straight up. And I know if I go somewhere, I'm going to be able to plug in, play, make plays, and do what I do. I think the challenge in college football, I don't think it's ruined. I don't think it's ruined. I think the challenge now becomes coaches that can get a group of men in January, develop them, put a product on the field at the beginning of the season, and truly try to make a run at a championship is more difficult.
Yeah.
It's way more difficult. But I think the coaches that do it and do it well will do it well. I think there's going to be more parity. I've always thought the bottom of college football has been rising, because what we did not have when we were younger was trainers.
Correct. Yes.
At all. We didn't have no. These, and so
the one-on-one personal trainer.
The one-on-one personal trainer, exactly. We didn't have
the
trainers
skill trainers and all that
regard.
kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And so today, goodness, like kids, 8 years old, 7 years old, they got personal one-on-one trainers, and people like me telling a 10-year-old to think about whatever that I was thinking about while I was in the NFL. That flows downhill,
right.
And it's going to be beautiful for the bottom tier of college football. And so I think there will be more parity in college football as time goes on, with the transfer portal and the raising of the quality of the skill between college players, and that's going to make those 12 teams that get into that last tournament. That's going to make that intriguing to me. I think that them moving to a 12-team tournament was monumental, and they had to do it because it needed something to keep kids in these games.
Right.
That's one of them. I think there should be more. Kids getting paid. I think kids should get paid for bowl games too. I think there should be some kind of bonus thing for teams, for kids going into bowl games, especially if you make the Final 12. I think those are two things that help incentivize kind of at the end of the season, where you're seeing full rosters go at it. But I think the level of college football, the quality of college football will remain the same, because I think the quality's going up.
How do you feel about contracts? Like, for example, hey, you come to Oklahoma. Right now, we're saying a 4-year deal. You're a quarterback, right? You're a 5-star. We're saying 4-year deal, $6 million. But if you leave, you don't get that.
Okay. I think
that's the biggest gripe right now. It's like, because like you said, I can have a kid in January.
That's right.
Who
leaves
no one really knows. And I take all spring and all summer, and I develop and I work and I put the time, energy, and effort in, and then he blows up in September, October, November, and then he's gone.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely.
And so if I'm a smaller school and I develop this player, and now Oklahoma steps in and go,
yep, which is going to happen.
Yep. Right?
You're right.
But if you're able to lock these kids into it, I'm throwing out scenarios.
Yeah.
If you're able to say, all right, hey, we're going to give you a 2-year deal, $250,000, because this kid, is whatever it is,
right.
And now you kind of have to be locked into that, because even at the higher level, because now you have it where you have Oklahoma kids.
Yeah.
Look at Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams.
We just had a Caleb Green left and went to Missouri, freshman.
Right.
Killed. Yep.
And so you're like, shoot, dog, we were planning on you being here next year.
Yeah.
And then now you up and you're in California,
right? Because
coach goes there, and I get all that kind of stuff. But it's like,
no doubt,
now you left a void that we have to fill.
Well, guess what? Obviously, coaches ain't switching every year, but they're switching, and they let a coach come in, do a tremendous job with the team, and get an offer. He's probably gonna leave, especially if it was on like a lower to mid team. He definitely. And so those players are looking. In the same way, and the coaches. They should know. They know that. They know this is a stepping stone. And then as a coach at a mid and lower tier level, it's my job to make this player as good as possible, because you know what? We're going to get another one. And you know what's going to happen? Man, this coach, he developed him. He developed his next job is going to be at Georgia. Right. His next job is going to be a head guy over there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I love the market, the open market that says if you are really good as a player or as a coach, you have the ability that year to switch team, to move on, or do whatever it is that you want to do. I like the pressure on coaches to have 60 guys come in January, and y'all got 3/4 of it. Well, not even 2/3 of the year to figure it out.
Right.
Because you got to show up in September, and we're gonna see what you got. I like that.
Okay. No.
I like that challenge accepted,
Yeah.
bro. Like,